We live?
Yep.
Hi everyone, Nick Kretikos of Nick's Seasonal Decor, and tonight you're watching me on Bowdabra. Dad is behind the camera, and we have tons of bows to be making, and we're going to be creating a cool wreath. So Dad's going to show off the tools that we have, the Bowdabra wire. He actually lined it up really nicely on the table. So as you guys come in, be sure to let us know where you're watching from. I always find it fascinating that, you guys can be watching from all around the world. So definitely drop us a comment. We are here in Massachusetts. Today was kind of, again, another chilly afternoon. It was, really, really cold yesterday. It was actually raining all day, and the day before that was 80, no, not 80, that's being
74.
like 74, 75 degrees. So let's see, let me pull up the video. We're also going to use a leftover piece of ribbon. So you guys know that we use pretty much everything, and nothing goes to waste. So let's see. So I see Nancy. Welcome, Nancy. Yes, let us know. So Dad, which of the ribbons is your favorite tonight? I am excited to use this new one that we haven't used live before. So we're going to put this to use.
The yellow polka dot on your right side is looking good to me.
You like the yellow polka dot?
Yeah.
I like the yellow polka dot too.
So here we have the big Bowdabra, guys.
Yes.
The mini Bowdabra. And, of course, the 100-yard spools of Bowdabra wire. We have the gold here. It also comes in silver.
It also comes in silver. So for the mini, what is like the best project you can use this for?
For like hair little.
For like hair bows,
hair
yeah.
bows,
So
yeah.
we've showed you guys how to make simple bows using that, but you can absolutely use it for hair bows. And the best person to learn how to make hair bows from is, of course, the
Sandy.
owner and creator of the Bowdabra. Hey, Carolyn, Sandy. So we're going to cut a length of our wire to start off with. And I always like to cut it a little bit longer just to make sure that we can wrap it around. And, we do give our bows away. So another question I get asked a lot is, what do I do with all the bows I make, each night live on Nick's Seasonal Decor or every Monday on Bowdabra? And I always give them away. So if somebody purchases a wreath, I always give them a bow. So we always like to make sure to have extra wire. That way you can hang it wherever. So the first ribbon is a ribbon that we've been asked a lot about. A couple of these ribbons we're using tonight, we've had lots of questions about. Sheer ribbon in particular. So we've been using sheer, hey Joanne, quite a lot lately. I used to be really opposed to sheer, but over the last, I'd say 6-7 months, I've really grown to love it. So we're actually going to show you guys two different bows using this particular ribbon. And the first thing we're going to need to do is cut off some longer tails. Welcome. So if you guys don't mind hitting that like and share button, we would appreciate it. And also, the best thing you can do is let us know that you enjoy us here on Bowdabra. We enjoy our Monday nights with you guys so very much. So hopefully we've kept you company. Hopefully, you've learned something. First and foremost, you learned something, how to make a bow, because not everybody can make a bow. It definitely takes a little bit of practice, but we're here to show you guys how to make a beautiful bow. So we've added our tails. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our ribbon, place it back into the Bowdabra, and start creating our loops. So if you're interested in the Bowdabra and ribbon kits that they have, I have, not gotten one yet, but the ribbon I can just tell. And once you guys have been kind of designing for a while, when you order ribbon online, it's kind of a hit or miss. But when you order, enough ribbon, you kind of can tell what's going to be good quality, what's going to be poor quality. And I've definitely done my fair share of, trial and error through ribbons. So that ribbon kit that they have available, their spring ribbon kit, is great quality. But all we're going to do is make about, I'd say, 4-inch loops on either side. We're going to do that multiple times.
We're almost at 200. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, you guys. Hi, Michelle. So, also, you guys, Bowdabra is giving away a free roll of scrunchy ribbon tonight. So, if you would like to win a free roll of ribbon, all you have to do is just comment down below, letting us know you guys want a free roll of ribbon. Thank you, guys. You guys are awesome. Just got my Bowdabra. Awesome. Yes. Bowdabra is awesome. So, how many of you guys have a Bowdabra? So that's 3 loops on either side. Let's do 2 more, because this is a sheer ribbon, and we want to make sure you're able to see it, right, Dad?
Yep.
So, for a ribbon like this, definitely add a few more extra loops than if you were using kind of a solid ribbon that's not see-through like this one. So that's 4. Let's do 1 more on either side.
That's a pretty sheer, too.
Isn't it? This kind of reminds me of the beach. It's kind of like a sea foam green.
It is, yeah.
Or a teal color. I don't know. It's kind of like a blend of both. But this is a Sam's Club roll. We're going to cut off our tail. Place it into our Bowdabra like so. Then we're going to take our wires. Pull them through. And since we took the original piece of wire and folded it in half, what ends up happening is you have a loop, and I'll show you guys in the next thing, but all I did was I just put it through and pulled it so that we have a slip knot. And then we're going to take our wire. It's not secured yet, so if you had to step away, you can just step away, but it's not going to last, forever. So you're going to take the wires to the back and tie from behind. So Bowdabra has pinned the, affiliate link in the comment section. So if you're interested in any of their products, you can click the link down below and order through our link. We would appreciate it. So now what we can do is just fluff. And isn't fluffing one of the most important steps, Dad?
Yes, definitely.
I'd say it is the most important step. So you often hear use quality ribbon, and I completely agree with using quality ribbon, but we've all purchased poor quality ribbon, and it'll just sit in our kind of little supply halls for a long time. You can put it to use, just make sure that you're fluffing the heck out of it. So then we can pull our tails down. I see we're at 300 viewers. Thank you, guys.
Hi, Marianne. Hi, Melody.
Hey, you guys. Sue says, I struggled with bows with another bow maker. I just got my Bowdabra. It's amazing and so easy. Awesome, Sue. That's what we love to hear. Lori just got her Bowdabra. Can't wait to use it. Would love to win free ribbon to use in it. Yes, who doesn't want free ribbon? So that's what our traditional bow looks like. Isn't that pretty?
Yep.
So now we're going to show you guys the same ribbon, but a funky bow. So we're going to take our Bowdabra, cut another length of wire.
My favorite bows.
The funky bows. That's a big funky bow guy. So we'll just cut a length like so. Love my Bowdabra. I have that ribbon, but haven't used it yet. So Eleanor, definitely give it a shot. It's very pretty. So Pam says, thanks for all you do behind the scenes, Steve. We wouldn't be able to see all of Nick's work without you and your family's talent behind the camera. You are all amazing and such a caring and loving family. Well, thank you, Pam.
Oh,
That's
thank
the
you so
sweetest
much,
thing.
Pam. That's very sweet. Thank you, honey.
All right, so now we're going to do a funky bow. So with funky bows, we're just going to take our ribbons, create a single loop, and cut them off. Like so. Then you can just place it right into your Bowdabra. I didn't even fluff it. It goes to show you guys don't need a fluff at this point in time, obviously. But, you can fluff it as you work in your products too. So I'm not even going to measure. See how that tail's longer? Not going to make a difference. We'll take this piece, place it in the opposing side, and repeat that process over and over again until you have, I'd say, between 3 and 5 loops on either side. You definitely want to make sure it's nice and full, especially for a sheer ribbon. But see how it just keeps everything in place, Dad?
Yep.
Nice and easy. Come back in with another loop. Cut it off. Place into your Bowdabra. And you can do this as many times as you would like. Like I said, sheer, you're going to want to do a couple extra, I feel like. All right. So we have 3 on this side. We have 2 on this side. Let's just do one more. We'll do one more loop. And then, as always, we will send Bowdabra the pictures of each bow that we made, all fluffed out in its final glory, so you guys can kind of see, using the same ribbon, the different types of bows you can make. So I think that's definitely helpful. What do you think, Dad? Isn't it nice seeing the same ribbon with multiple techniques?
It is, yeah.
I feel like a lot of people, myself included, have a difficult time kind of envisioning using things other than, one purpose. But every ribbon you can do whatever technique you would like with. So we're going to take our tails now, fold them in half. See how we have a nice dovetail?
Yep.
So you can't see it as much on a sheer ribbon, but it's definitely important. Who wants to look at something like that? So fold in half, cut from the middle towards the outside.
Could you use this style with other ribbon? Yes.
Absolutely.
Obviously, yeah. Yep.
Any ribbon.
Any ribbon.
The only thing is if you use non-wired ribbon, it wouldn't have the same hold. So keep that in mind. I see we're at almost 350 people. Thank you all for the likes and shares. And also, Bowdabra does have a group as well, their fan gallery. So they have hundreds of tutorials in Bowdabra. So if my videos don't help you, no problem at all. We all kind of learn differently and through different people. So Bowdabra has tons and tons and tons of videos that you can kind of refer to using different techniques. We kind of specialize in wreath bows, but they have tons of hair bows and all sorts of things that you can do. Now we'll fluff these out, get rid of all of these tails on the table. Does make a mess when you dovetail, but that's okay. Pull apart all those loops very easily. Shared, thank you.
Such a pretty ribbon.
Isn't it?
Yep.
All right. Post it, open it here, and just continue like alternating. That's what I like to do when I fluff. What do you guys think of that? Isn't that a pretty bow? So this ribbon we actually used for a bridal shower. I want to say last year, Alex went to a bridal shower. Yaya wrapped the presents. Alex actually just, you know, pick the presents, but we wrapped them and we decorated them. And I thought this was the perfect ribbon for baby shower, bridal shower, anything like that, because it's light, it's airy, and it just kind of looks beautiful. It looks like a big, you know, thing of clouds, doesn't it? It looks like a cloud. So now we're going to switch over to another bow. So we'll cut another length of wire. Love the funky bows. Me too. Donna loves this ribbon. So yes, for those of you just tuning in, Bowdabra is giving away another roll of scrunchy ribbon tonight. Take our wire, place it inside our Bowdabra.
And what are the colors, Nick?
Red, silver, and gold.
I was testing you tonight.
You're testing me. Dad was testing me. So I'd still say I'm on that silver kick, you guys. You guys have heard me say that for over a year now, and I still would say silver. I don't know what it is. I've never been a huge gold fan myself, even though one of our Christmas trees has to be done in gold. But, you know, silver, it just works for anything. So another option too, you guys, if you don't want to dovetail, take your ribbons, cut them at an angle. That's another option. As long as it's not straight across, you're good to go. Because when you do it straight across, it just looks awkward. So let's do a different bow technique. For this bow, we're going to place it into our Bowdabra. See how much I have over to, I have about 1/2 inch to, 3/4 of an inch. Just in case I tug it a little bit too much, or when the bow's all said and done, you pull it out. You don't want to pull that loop out. So always give a little bit of an overhang. So for this one, we'll do a couple loops on either side. That's 2 loops. That's our second loop on either side. You can measure them out. For this bow, you do want to be a little bit more particular, but I still don't measure, you guys. You know that by now. I don't measure my bows or my loops or anything.
Sharon would like to win any color.
Any color, says Sharon. So we did 2 big loops on either side. Now what we'll do, let's do one more. Let's do 3 big loops on either side. How's that sound, Dad?
Sounds
3
good.
loops?
Yep.
All right, 3 loops on either side. Now we'll do 2 loops, slightly smaller. These loops are only going to be about 2 inches or so. Again, nothing has to be exact. So that's 1 loop on either side. Now we'll do 2, about 2 inches or so. I see we're at almost 400 viewers now. Thank you all so very much for tuning in tonight. So we did 3 big loops, right?
Yep.
2 smaller loops.
Yep.
Now we're going to do my favorite loop of all.
The button loop.
The button loop, that's right. Snip it off. This loop only needs to be about 1 inch or so. Now we're going to show you guys the wire. So since we folded it in half, see how we have, a cut end and then an open
loop,
end?
Yep.
When you pull it together, doesn't matter which way. This could be on this side, that could be on that side. Doesn't matter. We're just going to pull that wire through. I like to just hold my bow. Another thing too, you guys, is the Bowdabra does come with a wand, a Bowdabra wand, which you can use to compress your ribbons. I never have enough ribbons where I really need that, but if you start working in tons and tons of ribbons, I know lots of designers out there love working in 5, 6, 7, 8 different ribbons. I'm not that kind of designer, you guys. 1, 2, maybe 3 max is more than enough for me. So now what we'll do is we'll just tie it off from behind several times. And there's our bow.
Well, not quite.
That's right, Dad.
Nick's got to fluff away.
Fluff away. So if you're ever unsure about your bow, fluff it out. Or spend a couple extra minutes fluffing it out. Because I know when you start to fluff and it's still not taking shape, you still need to fluff even more. So pull those loops apart.
Eunice says she loves when you say button loop. It sounds funny.
Button loop. I know, doesn't it? So
Nikki's little cute button loop.
There's our little button. How pretty is that bow?
That's a very nice ribbon, too.
Isn't that a pretty ribbon? Another Sam's Club roll. There we go. Isn't that nice?
It's awesome.
What do you guys think? Show some hearts if you like that bow technique. And let's see if we can hit 400 live viewers. That would be incredible. So now let's switch to our mini Bowdabra, because I like showing you guys how to do simple bows. For those of you that, don't make hair bows or just want to use your mini Bowdabra, this is what I do with it. So we're going to just take a length of wire, place it into our Bowdabra, pull it underneath. That's a pretty green striped bow. Thank you, Edna. And here's some leftover ribbons. This is a watercolor or water palette ribbon. See how it's all different shades, Dad?
I like
it looks like watercolors.
Yeah, I like that.
So we're just going to take that. Let's see if we're going to do it all in one. Ready? Create our tail.
Sue says, what is a scrunchy ribbon?
So, I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of like the texture of I don't know what you'd call it. Like when you wrap gift bags, in the cellophane, that thick cellophane, it kind of has the texture of that. So you know, you can win a free roll of that tonight. We're going to take our second loop. Let's see how many we can do without kind of deflecting away from our tails. I think this might be it. Let's do a slightly smaller loop. Place it into our Bowdabra. Kind of make sure those tails are equal size. So with a scrap piece of ribbon, and I see we're at almost 410 viewers. We just did 2 loops with 2 tails. So if you have leftover ribbon, why throw it out when you can do something simple? And this would look great for a wine bottle.
Yeah, I was going to say that. A bottle, anything. Something small. Yeah, small box.
So Audrey would love to get a mini. Awesome, Audrey. You can purchase through the link in the comment section. And Bowdabra has pinned the scrunchy ribbon. So if you're interested in seeing what that looks... It's kind of hard for me to describe. But if you're interested in seeing what that looks like or ordering it, you guys can check that pinned comment as well. So look at that. Cute, right?
Cute, yeah.
Now we'll just dovetail. Instead of dovetail these, let's just cut them at an angle. And then you have a simple bow using leftovers. What you can do too is you can just take, I don't have any little flowers here, but you can just place a little flower, a bead, a little bee, because it would match, ornament, what have you. You can place something in the middle. So how are we doing on time? We got a few minutes left, so let's create our wreath bow now. And then we can start constructing our wreath. So hands up if you guys are excited to see our wreath tonight. Cut off our wire. Place it into our Bowdabra. Vanita has both of them. She loves both of them. Awesome. That's what we like to hear. So for this bow, Dad, I was figuring we'd do this ribbon, which is a beautiful blue, and a beautiful pink, because it kind of matches the flowers we're using tonight. So we're going to take off our pins. It's another question we get asked a lot. How do I store my ribbon? See that? It's just a floral pin. So back in high school, we used to do tons of corsages and boutonnieres. Those days are long gone. I used to wake up actually 4 years back, you guys, before school at like 4:30 in the morning, make everything, and then go to school. Dad would deliver them or have people pick them up. Those
crazy times.
Those days are gone. Happily. Sue has her hands up. Love all your bows. Thank you, Pearl. So we'll just cut 2 lengths of these wires. Random lengths. This one's about 24 inches on either side. Place that onto our Bowdabra.
I remember those days, Nick. I would have to go to different schools to do, and the girls and the boys would all come to the car to pick up all this stuff.
They would come to the car and pick everything up while I was in school too. Yeah, those days are kind of crazy when you think about it.
Yeah.
I don't know how I used to do that stuff. Whew. Don't have that strength in me anymore, you guys. All right, now what we're going to do, so this is so cute. I'd love to try a Bowdabra. My arthritis and carpal tunnel are making hand bows so much harder. Vanita says it's the best, and Pam says that's why she got her Bowdabra, and Vanita, that's the reason she got hers as well. So if you do have arthritis, if you have carpal tunnel, if you want to preserve your hands, Bowdabra is definitely the way to go. So we're going to place our first tail like so. Now we're going to come back in with our pink, and we'll do about 2 or 3 layers of each. We don't need to do too many since we do have 2 colors tonight. I don't want to overload this wreath. Cut another length of ribbon. Place it this way now. Like so. Now we'll come back in with the blue. And just repeat. Over 415 viewers. Thank you all for tuning in. And again, let us know if you enjoy seeing us on Bowdabra each and every Monday. What time are we live, Dad?
On Monday, 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock on the dot. That's something you guys can mark in your calendars. I'm kind of wishy-washy when it comes to dates on my page and lives and all sorts of things because, things happen. Bowdabra is something that, we have set in stone. So that's 2 loops on either side. Should we do 3, Dad? Or I think 2 might be enough. Let's stop at 2. Now what we can do is take our wires out. So again, doesn't matter which way, just pull them together, put it through the loop. I don't have enough ribbons in my Bowdabra to use the wand, so I'll just pull it tight and tie it from behind.
Pam says, love all your lives, Nick.
Thank you, Pam. Tie it from behind. Over 440 viewers. Thank you all. Jackie says you guys are the best. They just like hyping us up, don't they, Deb?
Keep it up. Keep it up. We like it.
Yes. Keep wooing us.
So I just wanted to say real quick, Nick's been using the Bowdabra for a while now, and he tosses it here, tosses it there. It's always busy with it. And this thing is just indestructible. I just wanted to give you guys a quick little thing about how it's really good quality stuff.
Yeah, so if you buy a Bowdabra, chances are you'll have it a very, very
long time.
My original one, which is right next to this one when we have it, it's just a little dirty. I just got to wipe it off. But we've had that thing for, gosh, I want to say 10 years now. 10, maybe, yeah.
Really?
9
Wow.
years or so.
Wow.
At
Time
least.
flies.
It's been a very, very long time since we got that thing, and it still works. And you guys know how when I got my glue skillet in for the first day, we broke the leg off. So it's not like we're kind of considerate when it comes to our products. So that's just something to keep in mind. Now what we can do is work in our bow on our wreath. Choose the ugliest side is usually what I like to go off of. So we'll place our bow up here. And by placing your bow on the ugliest side, it kind of masks any imperfections on it. So always leave your grapevine that's the prettiest on the, showing side. That way, it doesn't look ugly there. So always place the pretty stuff on the ugly side. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does,
okay,
sir.
Good. Cut off our excess wire. I just tied it around. Now we can fluff this bow really, really quickly and start working in our flowers and greenery. So we only did 2 loops of each, you guys. So another prime example of less is more. We've been saying that for years. Less color is more. I mean, obviously you want to work in a little bit of color, but start, don't add too much. Don't work in 6, 7 different ribbons. If you kind of want our style, if you don't like our style, by all means use like a dozen ribbons if you want. But when you start working in too many tails, you lose the possibility of working in flowers and greenery within the loops. So always keep that in mind if you want to be able to work in flowers. And today we have some dollar store flowers because we did film a dollar store project for Nick's Seasonal Decor, which premieres 9/12 tonight. So does that make sense? How would I say that? 9:12 p.m. Why does that sound weird, doesn't it? Yeah, that sounds weird.
Nick, you're cute.
All right.
So Jenny wanted me to tell you that she watched one of your very first videos. She's been watching it for a long time.
I know. I actually had a few comments yesterday saying, "Oh, Nick, I went back and watched your videos from day one."
When he was camera shy and nervous.
Yeah, I mean, hey, we bit the bullet. We went live. Nobody was doing lives back then. It was a scary world, But
Pierrette says 12 past 9. That sounds good too.
12 past 9. Yes, that sounds better than 9/12. Why does that sound so weird? So we're going to just break down a few dollar store flowers. We have a few more that we can work in. Let's start with these pink ones. That way we don't clutter up our table too much. We're just going to take them, dip them in our glue skillet. We did get a new glue skillet. I'm not sure if we used it last week on boat. We definitely did. I've had it for...
Did we miss the announcement? Someone said congratulations.
So our winner is Eleanor Bushel. Congratulations, Eleanor. Be sure to message Bowdabra. Let's all congratulate Eleanor. And message Bowdabra, and they will send your choice of red, silver, or gold scrunchy ribbon. And every Monday when we go live, Bowdabra does give away a free roll of ribbon. So if you're interested, just pop in live, stick around, come back in at the end if you want. I mean, I do recommend sticking around because you do hear us talk a whole lot of, craziness, but... yeah, they do give away a free roll each and every week.
Which is awesome, yeah.
Our first flower. Let's work in some blue ones now. Look at these dollar store flowers, you guys.
They're not bad at all.
Stepped up their game. I mean, obviously the foliage and the flowers aren't, perfect. But for $1, how can you go wrong? Dollar store flowers, when I first started out, were a big, big no-no because they were hideous, weren't they, Dad?
Yeah.
They were so cheap looking, and they've really stepped up their game. They probably saw how big the crafting world and crafting community is, and they said, you know what, if we want to have them purchasing flowers from us, we got to start making better ones. And they certainly have. I was surprised today. So yeah, like I said, that video is premiering at 8 p.m. tonight. And I actually showed off the wall, Dad. The way they have it lined up, it looked really pretty.
Really?
Kind of inspired me to kind of do that with our flower wall once we finish up this room. Which is still happening, you guys. We are still kind of redoing this room. But life has just been so hectic lately that we haven't had the chance to kind of, A, breathe, and B, start. Look at that. Isn't that pretty?
Very pretty.
Let's just work in one more bunch of flowers. We have these. Should we do the blue? Let's do the blue. And we have the pink too. Why not? Let's do both. Let's make an actually luxurious looking wreath tonight. So we're going to just snip off the blue.
Congrats again, Eleanor.
Yes, congrats, Eleanor. And be sure to message Bowdabra and they'll send your free roll of ribbon your way. These tags, though. These tags are worse than Hobby Lobby tags. See how thick those things are? Whew. Doing the wreath earlier, you guys, I was struggling to get those tags off. It was brutal. So we'll just take a few more of these and work them all the way around.
It's a nice happy wreath, Nick.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
What do you guys think of this wreath? We
Colorful.
used,
It's
I
pretty.
think, a total of 4 flowers, right? 4 bushes of flowers. That's it. Not a whole lot. And we will have pictures of it all fluffed out, and we will send them to Bowdabra. So definitely stay tuned for that. I always like to, make sure to take the best pictures we can get. I mean, that goes for all of our designs, I feel like. Pictures are definitely worth 1,000 words. And if you're, designing like a professional, you want to make sure that your pictures look great as well. That's probably my biggest tip, is to spend an extra few minutes. Make sure your lighting looks good. Make sure your pictures look good, and you're good to go. What do you think, Dad? Nice and airy. We didn't even use any foliage. We didn't even need to use any foliage.
Hi, Marilyn. He uses AdTech glue.
I do. AdTech.
Very pretty, Nick.
Thank you, Dad. I have 2 more flowers left. I'll just place one there. And then I'll take our final blue and place it where I placed that pink one. Right up top. Then we can pull our longer tails down. Make sure they're facing downhill. And look at that. Of course, we'll fluff it out again. You guys know how I am. We like to make sure that everything's fluffed out appropriately. But hands up if that's kind of a pretty wreath using, 4 bunches of dollar store flowers. $4 worth of flowers, you guys. Can't go wrong with that. So we got 4 minutes left. Let's create one final bow. Which ribbon do you like, Dad?
Do the polka dot.
Let's do the polka dot. That was actually another ribbon that lots of you guys have been asking about. So the polka dot, another Sam's Club roll. And, I'm not a huge polka dot guy. We do use it, but this ribbon, I don't know what it is. It just looks so nice when it's against everything. It has such a bright pop of yellow.
It's very pretty.
Right? So this would work for spring, summer, fall, year-round. What kind of bow you want to see, Dad?
Really have to ask?
Dad wants to
do
see
something
a funky
different.
bow. I always do funky bow, so let's do something different with this ribbon. So we're going to just take our tails, fold them in half, cut from the middle out towards the wired edge, and then what we can do, look at that ribbon up close. Can you guys see that it's kind of like a satin ribbon?
It's beautiful.
And the quality on this is actually not that bad. So, it's kind of creates a nice bow. So, not every roll of ribbon you purchase, you guys, it's going to be great. So if you're just starting out, that's probably another tip I can give you too, is that you will end up with rolls that you don't love, or you loved in the beginning and then you used it and you're just like, I don't love it. And it'll sit in your shop for a very long time.
You'll get to it eventually.
You'll get to it eventually. That's what we actually worked on last year, you guys, is using up things that I didn't care for that much. So that's 2 loops.
Anna says she's using that ribbon right now.
Are you, Anna? We would love to see your pictures too, you guys. So be sure, when you post a picture, tag Bowdabra and also tag Nick's Seasonal Decor, because I always see, every design you guys create. Unfortunately, I don't have the time to answer everybody, but I always do see your designs, and you guys seriously wow me with each and every project. So we did 3 big ones last time. Now we're doing 2 big ones, 1 medium one, and then we're going to do our button. Mix it up. There's our medium. Medium's only about 2.5, 3 inches. And then we'll cap it off with, what, Dad?
A little button.
Our little button, which is the cutest little loop. And that just covers up your wire and really creates like a professional little edge to your ribbon. Compress it, take your wires, pull them to the surface, bring them to the middle, pull together really tightly. Yes, be sure to join the Bowdabra fan gallery as well. They will share the link in the comments section for you guys to join. See this little bit of ribbon? You do want a little bit, but you don't need that much. So if you ever have too much and it's showing, just cut it off. Tie from behind. Yes, so Joe says you can also post your Bowdabra project in, it got cut off, but I'm assuming she's saying the
gallery.
Fan gallery.
Yep.
That's another great thing. Be sure to tag them. We would always love to see your projects. If you post an Instagram story, Facebook story, share a post with your friends, always be sure to tag us. That way we can see your post as well. All right, so fluff those loops open. Pull your tails down. And what did we do with this, Deb? We only did 3 big loops.
And 2 medium, I think you said, right?
2 big ones, 1 medium.
1 medium, yeah.
And then our button. So we'll just pull those apart. Always spend an extra minute or two fluffing. That's really how you get the best effect. Pull your tails down, and look at that.
That's beautiful.
Isn't that pretty?
Very pretty.
All right, you guys. So that is going to wrap up our Bowdabra tutorial tonight. We created, I feel like, a lot, and we created a beautiful wreath. So I'm going to, take some pictures, edit them down, make sure the lighting looks great. But I want to thank you guys for joining us tonight, as well as each and every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern here on Bowdabra. I'm Nick Kretikos of Nick's Seasonal Decor. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Sandy, for having us as a guest. And yeah, go get your Bowdabras. You can purchase them in the link down below. Bye, everyone.
Good night, everyone. Good night, Sandy.